We're headed out on a snowy Yukon Valley today. Maybe that's a sign we can get a white grizzly bear by the end of this hunt. So we are in multiplayer. It is not currently grizzly drink time. In fact, it's 15:41. I'm hoping at some point maybe the time gets changed. Maybe we get host of the server and can change the time. But in the meantime, we'll be hunting around. We'll be looking for grizzlies no matter what zones they're active in. And maybe we can find other stuff too. That's a level 5 Canada Goose, a light brown as well. Can we get that shot? Just flying out there. It is in such easy range. Is that light brown? Or brown hybrid, I guess I mean. There we go, got it. Okay. I guess we can go and find out. What a way to start this hunt. We're running through the swamp up here. And only recently have I kind of found out grizzlies even live in this area now. They drink up here. And I was hoping to maybe run into some tracks. It's the end of moose drink time. Thought we could find something. Nah, it's in the air flying right over us. Good estimate 8 to 9. That could be a nice one. And you know, I really hope my thought of snowy Yukon maybe equals white grizzly doesn't turn into at least slightly lighter colored Canada Goose. That is brown hybrid. It's nothing too crazy. But a diamond actually just barely at 8.61. 8.59 is the requirement. Got its stomach liver at 200? I don't know that we ever changed our zeroing. So probably lucked out more than anything, but just the fact that it flew straight away really helped us out. What a cool kill to get us going. I think we've only ever had one other brown hybrid diamond, and it was on Reventulia if I'm not mistaken. So pretty cool to add another one to the list, and literally as our first kill here. And we've got a pretty nice looking level 4 moose, up to 253. And he's attentive, so we just scoot forward. Maybe we can get him with the 300 canning magnum. And of course, I brought that because it did come with the Yukon Valley DLC way back in the day. So we went back to calm. I think that should be a solid hit. Oh, okay. That's the first time I've had that happen. So with the patch yesterday, they changed the order of how your zeroing goes. So it used to be, I think, 150, 75, then 300, something like that. Now it just goes in order, which I think is good, especially for new players. You go 75, 150, 300. It just goes up and then resets back to 75. But just by instinct, I thought I went to 150, went to 300 instead. Good thing. For one, we still got the vitals, and also that didn't happen on a level 5 or some kind of potential diamond or rare. We really do need to get used to that, and I think the more we just play the game and use it, the sooner we'll get used to it. So in this case, definitely lucked out, man. If we had the sun shining like down on this guy laying there, with that big mountain in the background, the little like clearing, that actually would look really cool. I still like it, but the sun will make a heck of a difference. Anyway, we ended up hitting, not that bad. Little bit high and left. I'm not so sure. I mean, if we hit lower, that would have impacted the heart. So maybe the zeroing thing changed it, but it was as much not punching through as anything else. 252 score. And again, I think we're going to have to just try to focus on zeroing a little bit today. And if we do find, you know, maybe not a level 5 goose because it's flying away, there's no time to think about anything, but any kind of rare diamond, hopefully just a second to think about it. That can make a big difference. So at the very least, we've managed to find a grizzly bear, just a level 6. I'm going to just pop him there, I think, as he drops back down to the ground. Got the lungs that time, and actually zeroed for the proper distance. There's a lot of years of muscle memory built up of just knowing how many taps from what zeroing distance goes to the next one, and now that's going to be a little bit changed. But we're all the way up here in the north right now in the Gold Cap Bluffs. I thought we'd run around these lakes. It's a good spot for grizzlies when they drink, and generally animals don't feed and rest that far from their drink zones. So we're going to give that a try, and it looks like it's at least gotten us to something decent, maybe a gold. And not a gold. 60.43 brings him about 0.4 shy. Double lunged him though, so at least that part worked out. And I think what we're even going to do is try to go like back around these lakes. I could totally see rest zones being like way up there on the map border. We'll see if that produces anything, and half the battle is spotting them before they take off, so hopefully that works. You know, I hadn't even considered it's Red Fox drink time right now, so coming up here wasn't a bad call. This is after all that time where we got our diamond red fox we were missing forever ago. It's a pretty good area for them, as you can see. And it is nice they actually drink a little bit in the daylight. So we'll try to get this level 6. We have the 22,250 today. Kind of an awkward distance, I think. See, we got to be careful about that. Let's 0 for 150 and probably aim like top of the shoulder blade. That should be fine. Probably even a little lower than I wanted, but that got him. Not a bad deal then. And actually now, even though we haven't had too much luck with the Grizzlies, and by the way, just shy of a gold on that guy, pretty much hit perfect. Had we aimed as high as I was talking about, we might have missed the vitals, but we might as well scoot back to this other lake, because when we went up here, it wasn't quite red fox drink time. We'll just see if there's anything cool over there. Part of doing a hunt like this and kind of just waiting to maybe see if we hit grizzly drink time eventually is trying to find other stuff in the meantime. And if foxes are drinking, we might as well check for them. And go figure, we've got a max weight grizzly track. I'm not sure if he's nearby here, but he was resting. These are older zones though, so he may be a little bit away from here. Now, oh, there's a run track. So I guess maybe he rests this time of day too. They are not always easy to get eyes on once they flee. They kind of move quicker than most species. Got the stir veg, so we're going to find out if he's a rare or not. And then trying to get him up here, that could prove to be challenging. There's a 2. Would have been nice if that was him. Stir veg says gray-brown, so it's going to be a common. That one stopped? Now maybe the other one will too. Oh, you know why I bet it was? That guy just left, so that means we got host. And we can make it grizzly drink time? Let's try to find this one first though, because who knows where he drinks at. There he is, just a level 7 unfortunately. See if we can get this shot, because he's alarmed. That'll bring him down. And I think we might as well go ahead, especially since there's not anyone else here and we wouldn't be ruining anyone's hunt right now. We can rest to a grizzly drink time, and we'll kind of see what's out here. We've been here an hour, killed ourselves a diamond goose for our efforts, but now we can kind of see what we can find. 64 score for him, and I'm going to imagine we're going to see some bigger ones than that when we go to their drink time. Well, we found about half the animals on Yukon. There's a ton of stuff down here. Got a level 6 grizzly. Can't tell if that's a male, I think. Still can't get it spotted. That's a female. And I'm thinking then maybe that's 6. There's some over there. A 3. This lake has literally more than we've seen the entire time we've been here. I mean, caribou and grizzly having the same drink time helps, but goodness gracious. I'll show you on the map where we're at, but I think that 6 is our best option. I'd say it is, so let's go ahead and get that. I do want to check. I know that males can have like the female fur. I don't know if females can have the male fur, but that one back in the shadows almost looks like it does. So let's get that. And as they kind of take off out of here, now I think it was just the lighting. So pretty sure we got the best option from here. Maybe grizzlies do freeze. Oh, you know what? We saw the brown bear doing that on Medved. I remember that now. So there must be something going on with them. Anyway, this lake here, down in Red Rock Ascent, is where we're at. Really, really good spot. Kind of unfortunate though the bears do that. I don't know what makes them unfreeze, just out of curiosity. Oh, right before we shot he went to nervous, as if he had stopped fleeing. And then he's just fine. How weird. So anyway, this guy is a gold, 61.14. A little better than our last level 6. And we've got a couple more lakes down in this area to check out. These 3 in particular, and then we probably want to hit at least this area of the river too. We've got an hour and 20 minutes in game of grizzly drink time, so I think we can manage it. I do have to say, I'm kind of surprised. We haven't seen any more max weight estimate grizzly tracks, but since we've got the time, we're going to scoot down through here, and we're going to end up coming right back up past here. So we're going to try to get that 7. Now we're going to need to alert him. That'll get that accomplished. Hopefully he'll turn around and stand up. I'd really like to try to make a hard shot, but not really phasing us like I had hoped. Still not even standing. That's one way to make a hard shot. I'm really surprised he kind of tanked that for just a second before he dropped. Even from the 300, they really are really tanky. Now, as you might expect, it took forever to run all the way over here and get this. It's 8:30 now. but we did get ourselves another gold, 63.41, heart and left lung, and he still, like I said, survived just that second there. So we're gonna scoot on up through here, and there were some in the game that want the time changed again, which frankly would work for Grizzly, so we might get one more chance at the early morning drink time. Now I learned last time, if we're gonna come up to this bridge, that should be about the last thing we do, because it takes forever to get down there and actually claim stuff. So we've got a level 6 Grizzly there. I'm really hoping we'll get something out of this. Got a 5, not moving in the right direction. There's a female. Nice caribou anyway. There must be, 5 and a 6 side by side. Not a lot of big ones anywhere on this map, and I think unfortunately, we just didn't really end up at the best server for Grizzlies. Plenty of them, but only that one that was actually halfway decent. Unless, maybe one over there is good, which we have another 5. It is kind of looking like we're going to be wrapping up with a level 7 as opposed to a level 6. So we'll run all the way out here, especially since that's the one that we're going to try to get. Maybe something we're not seeing ends up rendering it, or we can spot it from a different vantage. And then I think we'll take that 7 and then make the super long journey over there to try to get them. And I mean, that is just about the only option I see. So we'll try to get this. Looking like 380-ish, which should be interesting. 0 for the correct distance, gotta get used to that. And when he lifts his head, probably right at the spine of the move. Little back, but I think that'll be okay. He did that pirouette thing. The only place I've seen that done, and kind of good he's running this way, is when we shoot him from the bridge. I wonder why it causes that. Because we had it last time too. We shot one twice and it spun both times. You know what? That guy's stuck, so he might not do it. Nah, he spun around as well. What in the world would be the reason for that? That's so weird. So we've got Spinny Bear number 2, I guess, technically, as we're claiming first here. That was just a level 5, just through the left lung. I really wonder why shooting them from an elevated position would cause that, because we've shot plenty of bears today and they don't do that. But every bear we've shot up here, at least since, say, the Sooner Patan update, they seem to just spin around. I can't even begin to fathom why that would happen. And then anyway, our second spinny grizzly bear, level 7, he'll be, I believe, a guaranteed gold. The shot was far back, but he died pretty quick. And he has a gold at 62.84, and it was the back of the lungs, but right lung at 381. And we are going to take our brown hybrid goose back to the trophy lodge. For one, I want to find a spot to put that. But also, there was a change to some of the longer fur animals, specifically tar, and I want to see how different our Great One tar looks now. Now, I kind of hate to take this one down, because it was our first ever 9+ Canada goose, but we've since killed a number that have gone over 9, and I think the one brown hybrid we were talking about from Rev and Thule, that one may have scored over 9 as well, so we'll make a slight upgrade, going from a common to a, slightly less common, though basically a common with brown hybrids, 8.6 for that. And then the thing I wanted to actually check as we come in here is our Great One tar. Now, I don't know if, the fur on red deer's necks would have changed. Maybe a little bit. It does look really, fine now with the hair instead of that kind of, weird pixelated effect that we had. Oh, that is notably better. I'm not sure how well it'll show up on video, but you can really see, the individual strands of hair as opposed to almost like a blocky pixelated mess, as we talked about before. That is such an improvement. Really, really nicely done. So I'm sure that'll, help with the normal tar as well, the looks of them. But for the great ones with all that fluffy fur around the neck, that really makes them look a lot better, a lot more clean look to them. Pretty good to see that, and just nice, our literal first kill of the hunt ends up being a brown hybrid diamond goose. A reason to come back to the trophy lodge, we get to check out that, pretty darn happy with it. And hopefully one of these days, if we keep on putting in the time, I mean, we saw a ton of grizzlies today. I really like the change. I like that they're in those drink times, 4 to 8 a.m. on every server. Eventually we'll be able to find one. Unfortunately, that day was not today. But anyway, that is going to do it for this video. As always, I thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.